John and Steve. Today is a day of great joy for you, for your families, and for all who have supported you in your lives. And so today it all comes together. It comes together as you make your vows once again. First you made it to each other, but this time before God and your friends in the sacrament of marriage. Jonathan, will you have this man to be your spouse, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Stephen, will you have this man to be your spouse, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
And will all of you, witnessing these promises, do all in your power to uphold these persons in their marriage, and you say, We will. In the name of God, I, Stephen, take you, Jonathan.
In the name of God, I, Stephen, take you, Jonathan.
To be my own.
To be my own.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
Until we are parted by death.
Until we are parted by death.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
In the name of God, I, Jonathan, take you, Stephen.
In the name of God, I, Jonathan, take you, Stephen.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
Until we are parted by death.
Until we are parted by death.
Stephen, I give you this ring.
Stephen, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my vow.
As a symbol of my vow.
With all that I am.
With all that I am.
And all that I have.
And all that I have.
I honor you.
I honor you.
Jonathan, I give you this ring.
Jonathan, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my vow.
As a symbol of my vow.
With all that I am.
With all that I am.
And all that I have.
And all that I have.
I honor you.
I honor you.
And ladies and gentlemen, now presenting for the first time in their married life, Dr. Stephen Kubaletti Lati and Jonathan Lamb. You see, the great truth of human existence is that we all want love in our lives. We want a spouse that we can love, families that we love and who love us, a church that we love, and neighbors who we love living beside. We want a love that loves one another as God has loved us.
see. But I'll be back.
So we're going to start the Chinese wedding tea ceremony. Offering tea is a way of signifying an offering and showing respect to somebody. The tea ceremony is one of the most significant events and moments in a Chinese wedding. In Mandarin we say "jincha," which literally just means to respectfully offer tea. It incorporates a formal introduction of the new couple, and it's a way to significantly show respect and gratitude and say thank you to your parents for all the love and care that they provided over the years. I was fortunate enough to live in China for about 3 or 4 years. I attended a number of weddings while I was there. A Chinese ceremony was part of every single one. And it was the time when the couple would officially say, hey, we've been your children for this long. You've cared for us, you've raised us. We really appreciate it. Here's our way of saying thanks. The parents are going to sit in chairs, and the new couple will stand in front of them. The new couple will bow while serving tea with 2 hands. And after sipping the tea, the parents will give a gift of a red envelope, or a lai xi, and they're going to express their love and best wishes to the new couple. This is an important moment in Jonathan and Stephen's lives, marking the point at which members of the 2 families become relatives.
That was fantastic, and I'm not sure how we're going to follow it. Nonetheless, it is time for John to share a special dance with his mother, so we'd like to invite Nancy up at this time.
Give them wisdom and devotion in the ordering of their common life, that each may be to the other a strength in need, a counselor in perplexity, a comfort in sorrow, and a companion in joy.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone, and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all.
Thank you, John and Nancy. All right, now we'd like to invite Steve and his mother up. So let's give a hand for Stephen and Karen.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we see, so darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me, stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, the mountain.
And at this time, we'd like to invite John back up here so that these grooms can share their first dance together.
Let the bow break, let it come down crashing. Let the the sun fade out to a dark sky. Can't say I'd even notice it was absent, 'cause I could live by the light in your eyes. I'll unfold before you what I've strung together, the very first words of a lifelong love letter. Tell the world that we finally got it all right. Choose you. I will become yours and you will become mine. I choose you. I choose you. Oh, oh, oh. My whole heart will be yours forever. This is a beautiful start to a lifelong love letter. Tell the world that we finally got it all right. I choose you. I will become yours and you will become mine. I choose you. I choose. I choose.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? If everyone can direct your attention up here, we're going to start some speeches. And first, we'd like to welcome Vivian, John's sister. So give her a round of applause for Vivian.
So it's an honor to start off the speeches tonight. A little bit of pressure. So I am the eldest and only sibling of John. And I've been told that I've been invited to tell some slightly embarrassing but endearing story. So there aren't any because it's like there's no dirt on John at all. But we are very close for most of our life. I would say when we first started, it wasn't that great because he ruined the perfect deal I had with my parents as the only child, the beloved child. And so he came into the picture as my little brother. When he was little, we just moved to New Jersey and he was in 3rd grade, I was in 7th or 8th grade. And I remember one of my classmates, because it was a small town, and one of my classmates came up to me and said, "Was that your brother that I saw skipping to the elementary school?" And sort of being in junior high, you know how tough it is. You really want to be liked and sort of not associated with a dorky little brother. But I will say that I did say, yes, that was my brother. I'm sure it was because I've seen him skipping around. And part of me was totally embarrassed, of course, but I think a larger part of me was actually in awe of him, of how so full of joy he is, and basically how he doesn't really care what other people think about things. He just does the thing that is right for him. But I think this is the essence of John. He does his own thing. He's very sure of himself. And even in those times when sometimes he's not so sure and he needs some time to think a little bit more, he just will do his thing all the time. And he unfailingly does the right thing for himself, and most importantly, the right thing for other people. And he's one of the most responsible people that I know. And I credit my mom and dad for that. They brought us up really well to care for other people. And to always keep our promises to be of service to other people. And my brother cares deeply to do right always by his friends, to do right in his career, in his work. in his education, to do right by his family, and to do right by God. And even at great personal cost, he will always, always do what's right. And he doesn't care what other people think. And when he's able to do all of that, and when he meets his heart and soul's full desire, he is so fully joyful. And he does what God has called him to do, has created him to be, whether it's big or small stuff. And when those things combine, he does the right thing, and it's the thing that his heart desires. He really shines, and he skips. He really skips a lot, joyfully. And I think one of these moments is now. We're celebrating how he's found his person. He's found Steve. And I'm so happy Steve is in your life, and he's given you some of that joy, a lot of that joy. And so, a toast. A toast to my little brother, who's not so little anymore. A toast that you continue to skip joyfully in life with Steve together. And to Steve, welcome to the family.
All right. Now we'll hear from Steve's friend Tyler.
I met Steve at a wedding. Not this one. That'd be weird. But we've bonded over 9 years ago over our love of musical theater, board games, and each other's joyful company. Steve and John are wonderful complements to each other. Like peanut butter and jelly, spaghetti and meatballs, or in Steve's case, Soylent, prepackaged, ready-to-drink meal replacement, and whatever that goes with. This is the third wedding Steve and I have attended together. The one at which we met, my wedding, and now his. I look forward to celebrating again in about 25 years for one of our children's weddings. And I look forward just as much to all the happy times we'll have between now and then. So please raise your glass for Steve and John for the next 10 minutes, for the 10 after that, for 1 second and a million miles. We wish them all the happiness in the world.
So much. Now we'd like to welcome Adam to the mic.
Steve, thank you. Your love has made John into the best version of himself. He's not perfect anymore. He is so much more than that. He is happy in a way that I never knew that he could be, and that is because of you. So thank you. Now, as you finish your meals, you should bring your plates up to table 1, because John will eat the remainder of your food. Leftovers have never been a thing, and I see no reason that we start tonight with that. So, let's take the rest of the night to celebrate John and Steve and how wonderful and enriched our lives because we know these two incredible people. So, to John and Steve.
Okay, so last but not least, in our special toast of the night, we will hear from Allison. So let's give her a warm welcome while she comes up here and takes the microphone. All right, Allison.
Okay, so I'm a crier normally, 2.5 drinks deep now. We'll see how it goes. Thank you. Okay, good evening. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. As I look around this room, I am in awe of all the love in here. It's pretty incredible to feel how much all of you love two of my most favorite people in this world. For those of you that don't know me, I'm sorry. You're missing out. I'm pretty great. My brother is a very humble person. He's not one to boast about accomplishments or random acts of kindness or any of the amazing things he does in his life. So, I'll do it for him. 11 years ago, I was in liver failure after battling a rare liver disease for most of my life. I was in need of a liver transplant and was told that my only shot at survival was to find a live donor. After my parents and my sister were tested and determined ineligible, Stephen got tested, and he was a match. Our surgery was scheduled for April of 2009. Stephen was taken in first. A few hours into our surgery, the transplant surgeon came out of the operating room, something that wasn't expected. We were told that after final testing of Stephen's vasculature inside his liver, if they proceeded with the surgery, Stephen wouldn't have survived. Thankfully, the surgery was stopped and Stephen was okay. But even though Stephen wasn't able to donate, he still had to recover from an entire transplant surgery. Let me tell you, it's not easy. But after all of this, he never complained. His only words of sorrow were, "I just want my little sister to be better." Stephen, you will always hold a special place in my heart and liver. I told you our relationship was unique. So I used to think that I could eat a lot. Then I met John. And well, I've been outmatched. I bow down to you, sir. But really, I see how much my brother loves you. It practically pours out of him. And you know by now that when Stephen loves, he loves hard. So I want to thank you for protecting my big brother's heart. And loving him as tenderly as you do. You take care of him. Okay, we made it. Whew. We're just about at the end, which really is a new beginning. Blessed that God chose me to be your little sister. Congratulations to the happy couple.
I remember that night in May, the stars were bright up above. Oh, I hope and I pray to keep your precious love. So before the night I held you tight in the still of the night. So before
It's been a while. It's been 15 years since I sang this song.
oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said ooh, shut up and dance with me. We were victims of